Hi, my name is Tim and I'm a professional career guidance researcher. We want our young people to be ready and able to rationally choose a suitable follow-up option for themselves at a certain defined point in time, usually at the end of their schooling. In order to be able to do this, however, they must first go through a career orientation process. This career orientation process always holds phase-specific challenges in store for the young people, which they then have to accept and also overcome at the right time. For this, they need a career choice competence. What does career choice competence actually mean, and what does it mean to be career choice competent? Scientifically, we would say that someone who is career choice competent is able to name a vocational self-concept. In other words, someone can say what interests them and what their vocational skills are that makes them special. Someone who is good at this is definitely more competent in choosing a career than someone who is not so good. At a certain point in time, it is also important to have a certain flexibility in the transition from school to work and, in addition to option A, perhaps option B or C. In other words, to be able to consider alternatives, which means that someone who can demonstrate flexibility at a certain point in time is perhaps more competent in choosing a career at that point in time than someone who has only considered one particular thing. Then, at some point, you have to take action. You have to show a commitment to choosing a career, which means you have to become active yourself. And someone who does that is more competent in choosing a career than someone who remains passive or doesn't do it. It is also important at some point to have a certain degree of career choice certainty. That is to say, a certain degree of being informed, if necessary, through research, through one's own research, so that you have facts that you can refer to, that you can rely on. Then you become more career choice certain than someone who has not done that. And last but not least, we would say that someone then still needs the feeling that they are in a position to make their own choice, that they are in control of their own situation. They have an expectation of self-efficacy, which we would call scientific. Someone says, I am responsible for regulating and organizing this and not someone else. It's not the teacher's fault or my parents' fault, but I am the one who can manage this transition from school to work and who can tackle it. Someone who has developed this is more competent in choosing a career than someone who does not. Of course, there are many more dimensions that could be added, but I would say that these are the 5 most important dimensions of career choice competence. We also know that the career orientation process does not start at the same time for everyone, and that we have very different starting conditions. We also know that this career orientation process is not always linear, but it can be very dynamic, which forward and backward and sidewards and also step movements. This means that young people need external support again and again and again in this career orientation process in order to become aware of their position in this process and to receive support in developing their career choice competence. This means young people need you. Good luck in your work with young people in career orientation. All the best, Tim.